Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on FAS, which is the quickly moving ETF that follows the financial sector. It moves three times the market. So, to put it bluntly, when the market's moving up one tick, this thing's moving up about three. So, it moves very quickly. Day traders like it. It can be pretty dangerous to play if you don't know what you're doing or are not very good at honoring stop losses and so forth. But that's all kind of beside the point. I've been tracking this one for a while just because this has kind of been my new chart that I've been watching to monitor the financial sector. And if you have been following the videos, you know I did this one a little while back, and I said, you know, in order for the overall markets to, make another bigger push forward, this trend line was going to be the area that needed to be pushed above and have the price separate from this $80 level. And you can now see that it got caught up in the resistance web and has since been pushed back down. I say this quite a bit, but if this is your first video, just remember support and resistance levels are not specific literal price levels. They are zones, they are webs, whatever you want to call them. So here you can picture a little web around here. And sure, the price got up there and even one day closed above, but it never really pulled away. It never got out of the web. It was always just stuck right up in this area. And then recently, as you can see, has fallen down. Now, as I've said in other videos, I believe the financials are what dug us into this mess, and they're what's going to pull us back out. So it's one of those things where if this chart is having a bad day, then you can guess that 99% of the time you'll be right that the overall market is also having a bad day. And obviously, yesterday we all know that the market took a big dip, and surprise, surprise, look what the financial sector did also took a big hit. So that's why I think it's worth monitoring some sort of the financial sector. You could use the XLF, you could use multiple other ones, but I just like using FAS because I do trade this one once in a while. So it's kind of a chart that I always have up on my monitors and I'm watching. But anyways, so where are we at now after we've been rejected by this trend line? Well, we're actually getting near a pretty interesting area, and that is simply this support right here. We had a breakout of it here, and we came back down and tested it. So this is where it kind of solidified itself as being a strong support. And now look right where we're at again, hanging right around this level. So it's one of these questions where are we going to hold, aren't we? I wish charts told us whether or not we were going to hold, but they don't quite hold that psychic type power. All that it's telling us is we're at an important level, and depending on what happens here is going to really kind of dictate what I believe the overall markets are going to do. So one of two things are going to happen. We're going to bounce back up and head up to give this resistance line a try, and with that the markets will head back up. Everybody will start to feel better. We may just go sideways a little bit, and that's where people are will remain on the edge of their seats saying what's going to happen. So there's going to be question marks flowing. Or the other thing is we're going to drop through this support line and then head down, and that's where the question becomes, well, if that's the case, where's the next support level? Where could we possibly end bottomed out? And real quick, if I extend this line over here, you can see the exact support level that it's corresponding with. This previous high here was resistance. When we broke above it, that's where it made its move and pulled back here, and like I said, confirmed it as a support level. And now once again we're right here. So this is a very important level, and if this fails, so one of the three options, I would look for the price to drop down into this area here. And the reason I'm calling it an area is because we have this previous high here right around the $55 area, but we also have the always important 50-day simple moving average, which is this purple line. Currently it's valued at 58.50. So if you want to call this a little zone here between 55 and 58, this is going to be the next big support level for the financial sector. So if it does fall down there, hopefully that holds, and that's why I'm going to make this line thicker, because I'm considering this a pretty darn important support level. Now, if this support line does hold or fail, then to keep in tune with the theme, look for the overall markets to also begin to move back down. So if I bring up the Dow Jones real quick, look for the Dow Jones to be heading down to this area or somewhere down here if the financials, FAS, fails to hold this level. So just remember, financials are pretty much dictating what the overall markets are doing. So if this one continues to fall through this support, don't expect the markets to all of a sudden react positively to that. They're gonna, be following this one right down. If you also look at the volume that occurred on yesterday's big move, this shows that there was quite a few people in the financial sector that just weren't liking what they were seeing. First day of September, maybe that had something to do with it, but nonetheless, there was significantly, above average volume. If you draw the volume bars across, you can see there hasn't been this much volume for quite a while. So, I wouldn't put too much into that, but it's definitely one of those things that you want to make note of and realize that there was quite a bit of volume on this sell-off. So for the time being, it's a waiting game where we are at an important spot. So for you traders out there, we are at the opportunity where you can, pick up some shares on pullbacks and set tight stop losses. And if this level fails, you take your small loss. But if it does end up rebounding up, you have a nice area for profit. So essentially, you have, to look at it and color code it. You could, if this is your entry point right here, you could have a stop loss, which is, right down there. So make note of this area. That would be your loss. But if it pops and goes your way, you're looking at the next resistance area up here. So here is your risk, and then here's your potential reward. So this is what they call a good risk reward setup. So by no means am I saying that you just can't trade anything out there. You definitely can, but you have to be willing to honor your stop losses if this line doesn't hold and goes against you. So for you disciplined traders out there, we're sitting at a nice little interesting opportunity in the market. On another note, I'd encourage you to check out bullmarketnewsletter.net. If you go there and sign up for my ebook, you will, or if you sign up for the newsletter, you'll get a free ebook which has some of the strategies and so forth that I use, risk versus reward, that sort of stuff. So it's worth checking out, and then you'll be subscribed to the list, which gets trading ideas, chart setups, and all that stuff from small caps to big caps. And we've been having some good success making our subscribers money. And as I said, no strings attached. It is all free, so it's worth checking out. If you have any other questions on FAS or the financial chart, let me know, and I'll do my best to help you out. Thanks for listening.